Hey there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins with JD Cutlery putting together a quick video on 3 of the newer versions of Reate release knives that I just got in stock. So looking forward to doing some work on these. We've got the PL-7, which is a very cool pivot lock design knife. Really turned out pretty sharp, and it is on the more of the budget side of the Reate spectrum of knives. Then we've got the 9D in the version 2. So this is the second version of this knife. God, it's probably been 9 years ago since that knife was originally released. And then we have the Jack Jr., which again is going to be a little bit more of a budget line in comparison to the original Jacks. So I'm going to kind of run through just the basics on these real quick. I did, as you can see, take the Jack Jr. apart because I'm going to get ready and do a little bit of work on it. But it's put together very interestingly, so I was pleasantly surprised. It's definitely a very big redesign in comparison to the original Jack knives, with them being full titanium. They ran into a number of different things that they had to do differently with this variation with the aluminum integral. So basic specs on the Jack Jr. is overall length is 7.87 inches. It's got a blade length of 3.5 inches, a closed length of 4.4 inches, with a blade thickness of 1.37, and the blade is CPM S30V. It does have a titanium lock bar as well as pocket clip, which of course I will be working on. You can see I already started playing with that one just a little bit. They are DLC coated, so I've got to remove that DLC coating when I go to work on it, and I already started working on it, but I thought, you know what, maybe I'll get a video of some of these stock versions before I get too far into working on these. Weight comes in at 3.6 ounces, so not terribly heavy. Definitely a very unique design. So it is an aluminum integral. It's got the same pattern as the original Jack had on the back, same lanyard hole, and of course same shaped blade. You do have the inlays, but that is where it starts getting different, is the way these inlays are set up. So your inlay that has the lock bar, of course, has the cutout. You've got the titanium lock bar with the steel lock bar insert. I've already removed that insert. You do have your little pivot collars and that kind of thing. I'm assuming that these are going to be titanium, but I don't know yet. I'm going to have to try and remove the DLC, which is always kind of a pain in the butt. But this is really cool. So it is a different design for their pivot. I did not take the pivot all the way apart because I really don't need to do the work I need on these knives. But you've got a slotted pivot barrel that locks into the aluminum frame, and then it goes in with a disc, and you've got your steel washers, your ceramic bearings, your blade, and it's all sandwiched in coming from this side. So definitely very neat there. You can see you've got your lock or your blade stop right here is actually machined right up into the aluminum on that side, and then it's actually doesn't go all the way through on this side. It hits the aluminum, and then your inlay covers it on this side. So very cool design for that. You can see here how they've got all these holes. So you've got two holes that hold the pocket clip in, and then two screws that go through and hold the lock bar insert. So your lock bar insert's laying in here like so, screwed in from the back side, and then once you got her all together, you just have her set up just like so. So very cool, very interesting, unique twist on this. I personally have not dealt with any aluminum integrals, so definitely something very different for me to work on. Of course, I only work on titanium for the most part, so we've got a couple little titanium components. I did not grab many of these because I wasn't sure what I was going to have to work with, so I only have two of these in stock, and I do expect that they'll go pretty quick once I do the work on the titanium and get them back together and get the lanyards on them. So keep an eye out. Those will be posted hopefully in the next week or so. This is the full titanium version of the 9D. So it comes stock bead blast, the satin finish blade, and your light blue titanium hardwares, blade stop, pivot collar, the whole 9 yards. So definitely a sharp looking little knife. Good action on it. Then it comes in a bead blast version that has a nice carbon fiber. A lot of shine to that carbon fiber, so that turned out very nice. That blade is almost a modified harpoon. I guess you'd call that a modified harpoon. Definitely got that little lump up there. And then you have the DLC blade. It's kind of a polished DLC. It's not mirror polished, but it is not a flat DLC either. You can see I've got oil streaks on it. I didn't wipe it off really well. And then you've got full DLC on the back side, the titanium lock bar side, with black carbon fiber on the other side. So I will be stripping the DLC off of here, the pocket clip, back spacer, and lock bar side of the titanium. I'll do some work and get it back together, throw some lanyards on it, or a lanyard on it, and these guys will turn out pretty nice. I only picked up a few of each version of this, so as I get them done I will get them posted, and we'll kind of see how they turn out. I really haven't made any plans on what I'm going to do with each one yet. This is the PL-7 that has been out for a little while. I know a number of dealers have been carrying these for a while. I hadn't picked up any because you definitely have a very limited amount of titanium for me to work on. Looks like the lock on the blade, when it's in that open position, it's got a lock which stops you from being able to push that pivot in. That pivot release is pretty cool. So it's a button lock pivot, which is very different and unique. I really like this red carbon fiber. You've got kind of a red and black, almost red and OD green looking. I really like this color. This other one I think was listed as the green and black micarta. So I'm assuming that the frame itself or the liners are going to be steel on that, or they would have colored that. I will have to take one apart and check it out, or maybe throw a magnet in there. But the action's really nice on these as well. And these are right in the 175 range, so definitely a lot more a lot more customer friendly when it comes to the pricing, because you've got materials that aren't as high end as you typically see with these or with all of your Reate knives. It is a Nitro V blade, so kind of a Persian style Nitro V. Fits in the hand nicely, so it'll be interesting. I'll get some of these worked on as well. I got 3 of these in total. I got 2 of the Jack Juniors, and I think I've got 8 in total when it comes to the 9Ds. So keep an eye out. These will be posted on the website as I get them finished. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.